I'm Kat,
And I'm Jen.
and collectively we've got about 10 years plus trading knowledge, but primarily in the cryptology market. For me, my introduction into crypto was finding out about a little coin called Bitcoin. It grabbed my interest, and I thought, you know what, this could be something here. I didn't realize that I needed to learn how to trade. I just started buying Bitcoin blindly. And this was my sort of opening into the trading world.
I got into crypto during the pandemic, and I had a lot of free time on my hands because, as everyone did. And I started bit by bit just buying bits of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And I soon realized I needed to learn more of the technicals. And I threw myself into learning all about technical analysis. I did courses, I joined Discord groups, and I educated myself.
It's it's almost like you're a little fly on the wall with us, because as the recordings progress time-wise, we forget that we're being recorded, and it becomes back to our like little chats that we have and our analysis of charts and giggles. And
Well, what I hope people get from our YouTube videos are just a little bit of an insight into what it's like to be a trader. That not everyone is a well-oiled machine of buy, sell. There is a lot of internal discussion of like what, trying to make sense of the chart. I mean, basically it all comes down to price go up, price go down, price go sideways, so what is it, what is going to happen next? And that is basically what we're trying to do. And some people are so methodical, they have their method, they have their strategy, and they just execute it. I find that more difficult. I do like a discussion. Maybe it is because I'm female, I don't know. Well, I hope it's useful for people to realize that if you're the kind of person who does find it difficult to make decisions, or do find yourself looking at a chart going, I'm not sure, you're not alone, but you still can make it as a trader, and I hope that is what we can help with our channel.
so I think it comes from both Jen and I that we really appreciate everybody's support, all the people that are in our group, and what an amazing little community we've got here.
So let's talk Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had come up to this 44,000 level, which corresponds to this level over here from February, March, April 2022, which is a key level.
Yeah.
It was resistance for quite a long time there. And then it went up to the next level, which was 48. And that's when the ETF event happened. And then there's been quite a big sell-off since that. I just drawn this little trend line in there.
Yeah.
Or may not be of any interest.
Well, it's respected.
It is.
You can take it further back, that trend line, and it hits, I think it actually,
I know.
and it hits again.
Oh, okay.
There you go. It's there, that.
Okay, yeah.
Right
Okay,
from
well,
there.
excellent. I didn't do that. Perfect, even better. So
Very much a support and
is
resistance
this,
trend
so
line.
it's, sorry.
Very much a support and
So
resistance trend
support, and
line.
then we had FTX, and then it was like resistance, bit of a fake out, resistance. So is this the time? This is flipped to support. Is this the time? It isn't really possible to predict that. It is a flip of the coin. There are bear divs. There actually are bear divs on multiple time frames, right up. But the thing is, I mean, there has actually been a pullback already. I just will say I'm not totally sure I'm not totally sure what's going to happen next, and that, you know, that's the kind of trader I am. I know a lot of people sort of feel like you need to be absolutely sure what it's doing, but I feel like I have sort of conflicting views of this myself. So I did not take any profit, mostly because with Bitcoin, I don't really want to be in a position of selling my Bitcoin and then re-entering at a higher price, because I don't want to lose Bitcoin. I don't want to lose any Bitcoin. I don't feel that way about the altcoins. I just want to take profit, whatever, take the, you know, raise cash, put cash back, have some cash to, you know, buy back in. If it turns out price recovers more quickly than I expected, that's okay. I don't mind buying it a little bit higher. I don't mind. But with Bitcoin, I just don't want to mess it up. You know, I don't want to lose any Bitcoin. So I didn't take any profit. That was my plan. So,
well, I said I was going to text them off at 48.
Did you?
No.
No.
But
well,
as I if it runs to 48 again, and the indicators are bullish, then I won't. But if they are bearish, then I will, and I'm disciplined this time.
yeah.
You know, I did buy a little bit more at 44, and I bought a little bit more again at 42. And I'm the same as you. I don't want to let anybody get their hands on my Bitcoin, because it is getting scarcer and scarcer. As I said previously, everybody and the mother is saying it's going to be a retracement to 37 or 31k. I bet there's just a huge amount of buys around those areas. I mean, I know I've got them around that area, but who knows if it's going to get there. There's too many fundamentals going on at the moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of bearishness. I find people are quite reluctant to be bullish this cycle.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because the last bear cycle was so brutal. You know, so brutal, because we got bashed twice.
Oh, it's so long.
You know, this was hard. And then, to me, you know, people might have sold, and then went up again, and then went down again, and there was no relief. And then this was an uptrend, you know, higher highs, higher lows, and with everyone, I think a lot of people were still had 100k on their head. It's going 100k, going on to 100k, and then there was just this cascade of difficult events. We had Luna, you know, I'll still never forget Luna crashing that week, you know, pre-AC, I can't even remember all the things that happened now. This was hard. And then people who were in this cycle, the previous cycle, lived through this, where price held at this, you know, 6,000 for so long, and then at 50%. And then they also lived through Corona. So I feel like what I can pick up from other quite experienced traders have just lived through so many rug pulls of many different kinds in the crypto space, whether it's the pandemic or, you know, just sudden 50% drops. That is almost like it's just constantly waiting for it, like literally waiting for the next 50% rug pull. That's what I can pick up from people. And also there's the whole thesis that Bitcoin does this every cycle, so everyone's going to do this every single cycle, which actually isn't true. I don't see any truth in that. Yes, price comes up to key levels and then has a retrace. That is normal and common price action. And after a big run, there is going to be a bigger retrace. You know, like back here, this is a 300% run. There is going to be a period of pullback and consolidation. It's just like normal market dynamics. But with this, it hasn't been like that. It has been short run consolidation, short run consolidation, short run consolidation.
Bear climbing.
Quite healthy price action, you know. So it's I just like to look at what is price doing rather than, you know, what's it doing now and what, you know. So to me, this is quite healthy price action, and I don't necessarily see why there would be like a massive pullback here, 50%, 40% pullback.
And one like comforting factor is if there is this huge pullback, then hang in there, because it's going to be so short-lived, and just do not get shaken out. This is what the big guys are trying to do. Shake you out of your position, and that means getting you to panic, making sure that you've got a stop loss on it, and you get stopped out, and they just want your Bitcoin. And so basically they used to have this ability to manipulate things, and then you get shook out, your position is closed, and then you can't get back in, because that dip was so it was like, you know, it's an absolute Adam bottom, spike bottom, and everybody was ready. They were buying in. You can't get back in. You're out your position, and literally within a week, your price is at the same price as what you were happy with. And I do feel that this I've got no stops on it's on my ledger, my Bitcoin, so I just don't worry about that anymore, because that's in my first cycle of Bitcoin. I lost all the time because I was constantly chasing, because everybody who taught me how to trade said, make sure you've got a stop on it. That applies to stocks, not crypto. It's just too volatile. And the recovery can be as quick as and you can see by these spikes, the recovery is as quick as the crash, if not quicker, sometimes.
Yeah. I've circled this area here because this reminds me of that. Now this is like this is an upward sloping version of this. This is a horizontal, but it still reminds me of it, and it's at pretty much the same part of the price cycle.
Yeah.
So if I just measure from here, which to me is the start of accumulation of the last cycle, to here, this area, obviously, like say just here, 623 days. Now, the thing is, this was that global event that happened, which I think did add on a month or two.
Yeah.
You know, because there's put sudden price
on his way, weren't
and the recovery, which sort of like was a month, added a month onto that. And if I go for, I think accumulation started here. I'm not going from the bottom, I'm going from the start of accumulation. 572 days. So that's only like a month or two's difference. But then we added that global event that happened. So this area here was the bear market rally that happened in 2018. This became resistance. And this is what we have. This is the bear market rally of 2022, and now it's become resistance. So it's the same sort of level, if you want to put it that way, as well. So I just see a lot of correlations. I mean, other than that, in terms of like a fractal, these two cycles don't match up as a fractal. You know, the events that happened are quite different, but at the same time, this was the bear market rally level. This is the level, and it has eventually made its way back up. Eventually made its way back up. This one was different because it was a much more volatile cycle. You know, you had these massive drops. This is a 50% drop from here, and then a 300% run up here, and then you had the pullback, and then the consolidation. This one has been more slow consolidation, slow rise consolidation. So the same thing has happened. You still have this same sort of move in terms of the prices reach a certain level. This cycle, it's just taken its time, done it slowly, whereas the last one it went more crazy. But essentially the same events happened, it just happened in a different way. that's how it looks to me. So with this cycle, there was about say like about 15%-ish retrace, give or take. It's not, I'm not being exact. And here, 15% retrace.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm not overly confident of a further 20 to 30% retrace here. I'm who knows, but I just think it might come down back down to 40 because retest these area here, and then it might also come down to this previous resistance here. So I think 38 is possible.
Yeah.
It is possible. Of course, anything's possible. But I do think a lot of people are looking for something in the way back down to here. And who knows, if it does come back, I will actually buy more. People are I think people are saying that. And who knows? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, we don't know for sure. But if I just go using my comparative analysis, my thought process, the length of time that's happened, length of time passed, and the way price is already holding up quite well. Because a lot, you can see like a lot of alts are really suffering at the minute. Yeah, I'm to take it level by level, but for now, is this the time when this trend line becomes support and it goes up?
Who knows? I think an astute person would continue to just DCA buy dips and or just sit and hold position. One of our guys, he did sell it at 48, and he's probably got a really decent buyback in again, and that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that was the right thing to do.
It was right. It was a good thing to do. Well, watch this space, and we will be report back next week with what happens with Bitcoin.
Yes. To the moon.
To the moon.